Okay, so take a good look at this picture right here. What do you think? Is this photo of Albert Einstein real?
Well, the short answer, no, it's not. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Welcome to The Explainer, where we're diving into the fascinating and honestly kind of unnerving world of AI, Einstein, and what we're calling the deepfake dilemma.
All right, so how on earth is an image like that selfie even possible? I mean, it looks so real. It all comes down to how AI actually learns. And to get our heads around it, let's start with something way simpler. Let's talk about how a machine learns to draw a cat. You know, it might feel like some kind of digital magic, but the process itself is surprisingly straightforward. Really, when you boil it all down, AI image creation is just a super high-speed game of trial and error. So here's how that game of trial and error actually plays out. First, the AI just makes a guess, throws a basic shape out there. Then, step 2, it gets feedback. It checks its drawing against this huge library of real cat photos it has access to. It's basically getting told, nope, the ears are all wrong, or hey, that color is way off. So what does it do? It adjusts, it improves, and then it does it again and again and again, relentlessly, until its picture is finally accepted as a good cat. It's this constant, never-ending loop of refinement. Okay, so if an AI can get that good at drawing a cat, what else can it do? And this right here is where things get a lot more complicated. We're moving on from a simple drawing exercise to what's really at the heart of this, the Einstein deepfake dilemma. We're basically going from cats to chaos. And believe it or not, that exact same process, the guessing, the feedback, the constant improving, that's how we end up back with our friend Einstein. See, when you feed an AI just a mind-boggling amount of data, we're talking tons of photos of Einstein, countless selfies, all the rules about light and shadow, it can piece it all together to create that hyper-realistic image we saw at the beginning.
And that is what we call a deep fake. The really crucial thing to remember about that term is that it makes it look like someone is doing or saying something they never actually did. It's like a synthetic reality. Now, a fun picture of Einstein taking a selfie, that seems pretty harmless, right? I mean, who gets hurt? So, what's the big deal? What's the real problem here?
Well, the problem is that this tech goes way, way beyond just fun historical what-ifs. Deepfakes can make totally fake events look completely real. That makes them incredibly powerful tools for spreading misinformation. They can be used to absolutely ruin someone's reputation. And maybe the scariest part? They can be created without anyone ever giving their permission. And this all leads us to a really, really tough ethical question. When this technology is used to hurt someone, who's to blame? Who's on the hook? So let's try to untangle this question of responsibility. So where does the buck stop? We can kind of break it down into 3 main groups. Is it the person who actually made the deepfake? Or is it the company that built the powerful AI tool in the first place? What about the social media platform where it gets shared and goes viral? As you can probably guess, there is absolutely no easy answer here.
But there is one perspective that's pretty straightforward. It argues that the person who created it is the one who should be held responsible. And the logic is simple. They're the one who made the conscious choice to create something misleading and put it out there in the world.
Okay, so if the core problem is telling what's real from what's fake, and figuring out who's responsible is a total headache, what can we actually do about it? Well, this brings us to a potential solution, a kind of simple rule for our new reality.
The idea that's been proposed is actually pretty direct and simple. The rule would be this. Any AI-generated image that shows a real person, doesn't matter if they're living or dead, must have a clear watermark on it. And what does that even mean, a watermark? Well, it could just be a simple label, something like AI-generated, stamped right onto the image. That way, its origin is totally unmistakable.
Now, that solution sounds pretty practical, right? But it leaves us with one last and maybe most important question. In a world where this AI technology is only getting more powerful and more woven into everything we do, is a simple label really enough to protect the truth? Honestly, that's something we are all going to have to